Right, so Zoom's recording. Start stream. But you're alright, because Yvonne's son was on screen yesterday.
Yvonne's son was trying to turn her camera off and all sorts yesterday.
Were you?
Apparently we are live in the group.
Are we? Oh, I'm just going to have to refresh to see it, because I can't see it.
I've had a notification. I can see us on Facebook.
Oh, that's good. Oh, there we are. Right. And we haven't told anybody we're coming on, so that'll be a nice surprise.
Yeah. A Mother's Day surprise.
Yeah. So, hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. I hope you're all having a nice pamper. Do you reckon anyone's got to Mother's Day Island, or what's it called? Mother's Island?
Mum Island.
Mum Island. Do you reckon anyone's got there?
Yeah, it was Helen who's going to book our trip there, where we get a lie-in and we get to drink our tea hot without interruptions. And we get to go to the
without an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but haven't they stopped all the flights recently? Do you think
breakfast in bed and yeah, all of that.
Oh,
that'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be really nice.
Coco's just wandered across in her Labrador stilettos.
Excellent.
Clinking on the floor.
She just has to let us know she's here. Has everyone got a beverage? I've got cherry and cinnamon hot water tea stuff that's not really tea.
I've got disappointing cold tea because I forgot to make a drink before we started. But that's
no, that is really disappointing. Loraine, you're letting the side down.
What can I say? Lack of prep. I did wash my hair, put some lipstick on, I changed my top. Clean bra. No.
Clean bra for Mother's Day.
Rolled the boobies up.
Yeah. I secured them. I've got mine secured today.
I buttoned them down and all of that.
I am wearing my day pyjamas.
Washed my hands.
Well done.
Yeah, so I'm ready for hand cream now. Today's exciting hand cream is a Fino Skin Relief with Menthol. Apparently it's supposed to, if you get itchy skin, the menthol's supposed to soothe and cool it. I'll let you know.
Possibly not a good idea to put your fingers in your eyes afterwards, though.
Well, I was thinking that would stop me touching my face and my eyes if I got menthol anywhere near them. It would be a deterrent. You know, like they used to put bitter aloes on your fingernails to stop you biting your fingernails.
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
Oh, no.
It was just pointless. And then just one day, oh, thank you, darling.
Oh, he's not made you a cup of tea, has he?
He has made me a cup of tea, and it's in a really pretty mug as well.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, how cool is that?
You're halfway to Mum Island.
Yeah, I am halfway to Mum Island. I just need intravenous Prosecco.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good. That might be tonight if I feel a little bit better.
Ooh, party at Lorraine's.
Yeah, and I had a message off my niece Shana today. She had a little boy a few weeks ago, Jesse Reef.
Yeah.
Jesse Reef Tyson.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned him in previous videos. Yes, baby Tyson, because we envisaged him looking a bit like Rocky or something.
Exactly, yeah.
She's received the cardigans in the post today.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
The posties must be absolutely shattered, bless them.
I
Working
think
7 days a week.
Yeah, and I think also they're going to be in high demand as people are going to start sending stuff to each other.
Well, I've put a sign on my front door for Cal, our postie, just to say that he's my hero. Because, well, he's doing the social distancing thing. It's like knock and run, because he knocks on the door, puts the parcel on the doorstep, and then runs to the street and waits for you to come and get it.
I bet he was really good at that as a kid. He's been practicing all his life.
And he's fit enough to do it now really well. Because he said to me, I'm not being rude, it's social distancing. I said, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So I put just a big heart. Yeah.
Oh.
Cal the postie.
Talking about social distancing, I actually nearly fisticuffed somebody while I was out on my run this morning. I was so annoyed. So my friend Dan and I went for our run, but we were being really, really careful to stay quite far apart from each other. So I was right next to the road. She was like almost in the bushes. And we could hear these people coming up behind us. So I turned round and there was these two horrible, sweaty guys running. And one of them was heading straight for the gap between the two of us. So I shouts out, social distance, please, guys. We don't want you to come near us. Please keep your distance. And he just gave me a filthy look and ran straight between the two of us. And then the other guy shouts out, women should run in single file. How rude.
Yeah, well, I have an answer to men like that.
I had something in my eye.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I started shouting at him and I'm saying, look, I'm not joking. I'm being serious. We're trying to run sensibly, because the next thing you know, it's going to be like in Italy and they're not going to let us out to exercise as well.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? And it's idiots like this. Cumbria, the Lake District, is packed with idiots, and they need to naff off home. Honestly, all of the Lake District towns are holiday cottages. You cannot move for idiot tourists. What are they thinking?
I've seen it on the news because everybody's off work because they're all working from home. So they all feel like they're on holiday and the sun's out and they're just going out and thinking, oh, nice park, nice stroll on the beach. The beach was packed. And so the National Trust have had to shut all their gardens, haven't they? I think it's terrible.
Happy Mother's Day. Kiss, kiss. Love you lots. If you want anything while streaming, message me and I'll come and get it for you.
Oh, that is so nice. Can you get me a cup of tea?
I'm sure he would. Whether you would want it from the plague pit is a moot point.
Right, and how is he at doing black Earl Grey as well, though? Because I don't have builder's tea.
Very good at making most drinks, actually, and he's quite a reasonable cook.
Yeah.
He can make lasagna and things like that, and he's very capable of looking after himself. Where it falls over is a bit like when Mike cooks.
Right.
Because Mike uses every pan.
Yeah.
Every pan in the house. Every plate, every cup, every bit of cutlery. And then it's all just left.
Yeah, because he's cooked. He doesn't clean up.
He wants a gold medal because he's cooked a meal.
Yeah.
Wants me to cartwheel round the lounge in celebration and, oh my goodness, what an amazing man you are.
And just quietly clean up behind him.
Yeah, and then I've got to spend 3 hours cleaning up the kitchen, loading the dishwasher multiple times and sorting it all out. And frankly, it's just easier if I cook.
It's just a bit rude, isn't it?
Jake's not too bad because if it says use 2 pans and he can figure out a way to do it in one, he'll do it in one. It's like me, it's much more practical and line of least resistance.
So we got a couple of people watching us, you know, Loraine. We've got some friends.
Who have we got here today? Are we celebrating Mother's Day as well? Oh, hello, Andrea. Good morning.
No, afternoon, sorry.
Oh, afternoon, yes, sorry. Now then, has anybody got any Mother's Day treats that they would like to tell us about?
Oh, I'd love to hear what everyone got for Mother's Day. Did you get anything? Apart from a cup of tea?
I've got a cup of tea because that's his first time he's been up.
Oh, right, okay.
That was actually him getting out of bed.
Really?
Yeah, to get up for his paracetamol.
Oh, bless him. Is he still feeling rough?
Yeah, he said before we went on air that he can understand now. He said, I finally get it, why this is so awful for old people. Because he said, I felt like I've been involved in a car crash. I hurt and ached so much. And yesterday, I could barely get him out of his bed to the bathroom. Oh. And I was barely managing to haul myself around. And I was having to help him. No. And he's 19 and 6'4".
Yeah, there's no way you're shifting him if he doesn't want shifting.
Well, yeah. I debated about setting the bed on fire just to make him get up. But then I figured I'd have to tidy it all up afterwards.
You would be the one responsible for tidying it up. So I haven't had a cup of tea, but I do have my Kelly Connor present. to open.
Ooh, let's have a looky.
Should we get this opened? So my Kelly Connor subscription box that, well, I ordered it myself from the kids because I just knew I wasn't getting anything, I'm afraid. So that's your tip for next year, maybe, Loraine. Don't wait for them. So shall I get this open?
Yeah, let's have it done.
Okay, I've got some
Coco's
scissors.
actually quite excited about this for some reason. She's got a head
Coco
on
thinks
my
there's
lap
food in.
with tail wagging. She can hear a cardboard box being opened at 2 miles.
Well, I'm further than 2 miles, so she's obviously got really good hearing.
Well, yeah, but my headset's right next to her, so
we'll let her off then.
Yeah, she's earwigging.
She thinks there's food in here. Right, so we are open. Let's have a look.
Sweeties.
Here comes the lid. I'm trying to do this on camera and not my microphone. Oh, wow. Hang on then. How fab is that? A project bag with my name on it. Oh, wow. Should I leave it? Should I get it out?
Yeah, get your knits out.
Get my knits out.
Yeah.
I love getting my knits out. You know I do. Oh, I'm just over the moon with this.
I hope your knits are appropriately lifted and separated.
Well, they are at the moment. How brilliant. Look at this. A zippy one.
Fab. A zippy one.
And it's quite big.
Do you have to say that as zippy?
Who?
You have to say that like zippy.
Zippy? Do you not like my way of saying zippy? Zippy.
Zippy off rainbow. Zippy.
Zippy. I remember him.
Zippy bag.
Oh, another one. Hang on, another bag. It's like
you've really
Christmas,
got a bag thing going on, haven't you?
I'm
seeing a theme.
I've got a bag obsession. 2 obsessions. Queen. Well, 3 obsessions. Queen, Hamilton, and knitting bags. Oh, where's my scissors? This one's stuck down. It says recycle me, so that's good. I will recycle the plastic. Right. Look at this.
That's got quite a bit of writing, isn't it?
That's got quite a bit of writing. What does it say? It says, Emma wished she could run and knit at the same time, but her balls always ended up in a tangle. Do you think she's been looking at my Instagram?
I think she might have been.
Wow. I can't say how much I love this.
That's brilliant.
It just got real.
All right.
Just got real. So that's perfect for keeping a tally. Or there's so much stuff in here, Loraine.
Lucky.
Oh,
is that another bag?
Yeah, a little zippy one, and it's I could put all my notions in there. It's like a skein of yarn.
That would actually be really good for straight needles as well. Not that you're a fan, but or anybody with crochet hooks, that'd be fab.
Yes, that would be fab.
Tunisian hooks and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to your first Kelly Connor Designs knitting subscription box. Brilliant. So there's a little note in there. A couple of gorgeous postcards, which are very apt for me. And they will come in useful now as well, because I can write to people.
Yeah, I think we might see an interesting return to letter writing, because I always used to love writing letters to friends and ask lots of questions and tell them what was going on.
Isn't it?
And Jake and I would always do pictures of us
and we
out
can
on,
send little,
whatever adventures we were talking about.
You can send like little care packages as well with your letter, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I have got a knits out little notebook. Gorgeous. Uh-oh. You won't believe this, Loraine. He sent me a t-shirt. I will have to wear this next time we go live. Knits out t-shirt.
Yes, they're very well placed, aren't they?
Only if I'm wearing a bra.
Yeah, can I just say that for anybody knitting stranded colourwork patterns, that the usual rule is we don't generally place symmetrically large patterns in the boobage area. It's not considered best practice.
It's not considered best practice.
No, think very carefully about where you
and
particularly if you're wanting to minimise the look of your boobage.
And especially in photos. Right, this is the last bit of my amazing Mother's Day. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the store. How fab. Oh, do you know what? I am absolutely over the moon.
That's really good, isn't it?
That is a brilliant Mother's Day.
And that's available on Kelly's website, is it?
It is.
What's the website address? Can you just remind us?
It is kellyconnordesigns.co.uk, I believe.
Oh, Helen's saying, keep them zipped. Gilly decided to play with the one she keeps her needles in the other morning, and the sunroom floor was covered in them. Oh, no! Carol's joined us this morning. We've got Helen Gibson.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Is it sunny where you are, Helen? We've got beautiful sun here.
I've got beautiful sun. It was cloudy first thing, but the sun has definitely come out since.
Oh, it's gorgeous here, and we've got this forecast for about 10 days.
Oh, that's good. I don't mind it being cold if the sun's out.
Yeah, I love this kind of weather. It's absolutely perfect. But other than I've been up at dark 30 to take the dogs up to the field and let them have a walk round and a quick run so that at least they can get somewhere.
Yeah.
And I've been coming back before anybody else has been up. Because I just dare not come into contact with anybody. It would just be irresponsible.
Well, you just don't know, do you? That's the problem.
Well, I don't. I mean, if I'm out any other time of day, because everybody knows me here, there's what do you think of? And no, please keep away.
Yeah.
I'm unclean.
You're trying your best. Have you got a bell?
Maybe someone can post me a little bell.
I've got some my friend Anne has got some cowbells. I'll have to get her to post you one.
Yeah, actually, I could wave it in front of me.
I taught Anne to knit this morning.
Did you?
Yeah. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't have a clue. So I gave her a bag, a little care package bag, and cast on for her. Showed her how to knit, which was quite difficult at a distance, but we tried. We managed it. We actually had a virtual coffee with Michelle, who couldn't make it. So there's the 3 of us sitting in different places. Anne and I, like, miles away from each other, but in the same room. And we just sat and had like a little bit of a knitting session and a coffee post run, which was brilliant.
Oh, that's a good
So
idea.
I did tell Anne to post on our page, her progress later on. Let us know how she's getting on with her first ever knitting project.
That'd be brilliant.
She doesn't know how to cast off yet, so she might end up going for months and just,
Doctor Who scarf.
Doctor Who scarf on the way. I've told her she can come for different colours, it's fine. So, yeah, we've had some progress this morning.
Oh, Helen's saying it's gorgeous. I don't know which bit of your Mother's Day box she's talking about, but to be honest, it's all lovely.
It's all gorgeous, and I don't know which I love the most. I think I love the t-shirt, and I cannot wait to get that on.
I think that was brilliant. Absolutely.
And you
brilliant.
shall see me in that tomorrow. I'll wear that one tomorrow.
You're going to get your knits out.
I will get my knits out for tomorrow.
Marvellous. In other news, cast on for my Brooklyn cowl.
Ooh, because you were going with the other one yesterday, weren't you? So I'm excited to see this one. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
lovely.
just cream and teal at the moment. Then I'm thinking, I don't know whether to add the mustard next or the khaki next.
My vote would be the khaki, but let's see what everybody else says. Should we have a vote?
And there is a burgundy as well, which I'm quite keen on. I think the burgundy could work, and then go to maybe the khaki or something like that, because it might be a little bit close to the teal.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. And then, depending on
Helen
what
says
length
the
I go
mustard.
for, I might be combining the other colours without the cream.
So
just for some depth.
Helen thinks the mustard, so maybe you could go mustard next.
Yeah.
Then the olive, then the burgundy.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Mustard, olive, burgundy.
Yeah.
That's
you have
decided
a plan.
then. This is so much easier when someone else makes these decisions.
Well, exactly.
I'm going to check in with you every day, Helen.
Yeah, Helen can make all your colour decisions. Love it.
Yeah,
I haven't got bottom issues yet, but I will have bottom issues soon, I think.
Yeah, we definitely need to be calling it numb-bum or something else rather than bottom issues.
I think
people are going to start sending you wipes and pile cream. If you're not
That's fine. I'll accept anything.
Well, I'm sure one of your neighbours will need pile cream.
Well, I'm sure. The wipes can always be used. That's not a problem.
Oh, Rosie's mum's joined the group.
Oh,
how lovely. This is my... I generally refer to Rosie, who is my son's girlfriend, as my daughter-in-law.
Well, she might as well be, isn't she? Yeah.
They've been together 4 and a bit years now. And I get on really well with the family. They're really lovely people. Tracy, I was hoping she would join the group. She breeds rare breed sheep.
Oh, fab.
And she has some amazing crossbreeds because she does it with an idea of the wool and the crimp or the length or something to see what she can get out of them. She was hoping to be selling lots of fleece, obviously, at Woolfest this year. Don't think that's happening now. So I thought it would be good for her to pop in at some point and let us know when she's got some fleece ready after shearing later in the year.
I'd love to see that.
And they're about to start their lambing in a couple of weeks' time, so they're going to be really busy. They lamb a little bit later, so that they've got, with the weather that we have here in January and February, with very wet storms.
Yeah.
And extreme cold with wet.
Because you get the wind coming across to you, don't you? And normally it's petered out by the time it gets across to me.
Yeah, a lot of farmers here have had to start lambing indoors rather than outdoors because a couple of years ago, one of our contacts locally only had about 3 surviving lambs out of his entire flock. And that must be heartbreaking.
It must be.
I mean, sheep seem to invent creative ways to die.
Yeah.
And sometimes for no reason you can never figure out what happened. 1 minute they're here, the next they pegged it. And you never quite know. But when you're losing young lambs, it's just really distressing. Yeah,
when they're still cute and bouncy.
Oh, they're adorable. But all of Tracy's sheep have names. And every year there's a different theme. And there's been themes like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones and things like that.
Love it.
And you'll be wandering around the fields and she'll start shouting names and they all appear as if from nowhere because they know their names.
She should go for Jamie and Sassenach one year, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an Outlander thing going on.
Yeah, that would be good. Cool. So what are your plans for the rest of Mother's Day?
Oh, I thought we might stay home.
Strangely enough, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of in the plan. I just said to Jake, I think we'll stay home. We'll have a meal at home, just as a treat.
Yeah.
And I'm being grateful for the fact that he's here, I'm here. I'm grateful for that, even if he's in his room.
And he's probably better off up there anyway. Keep him.
Well, it's comfortable. He loves this PlayStation. He'll be up there playing FIFA, whatever version of FIFA it is now. I don't know.
2020.
He's always got his headset on, and I'll go upstairs, and all of a sudden you'll just hear goal, and yeah, whatever.
So that will punctuate the day then, will it? No plans to get together to watch a movie?
Not so far. I think we're both still feeling a bit rough, and I think the less time we spend in the same room, the more sensible it will be, because otherwise we'll just be reinfecting whatever you know, any virus like this mutates, and it mutates.
It does, yeah.
So we need to let it run its course in either of us, not be roaming around the house unnecessarily. I've been Dettol wiping all the surfaces, door handles,
fun,
taps, and all of that. But I do this whenever we've got a regular cold.
So it's no different.
Generally speaking, we don't get many colds in this house. We're quite lucky.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So what have you got planned? Are they going to cook
Well, I did ask. I've got lunch in the oven. We've got a joint of gammon roasting, and I'd cut up the potatoes and put them onto boil and that, and put the oil in the oven. And Callum's just gone down and put the roasties in. So we'll have veg and everything. I'm being really lazy and not doing Yorkshire puddings, even though in Yorkshire you should have Yorkshire pudding with everything, not just roast beef. And then I did say to Caitlin, did she want to watch a movie this afternoon? And she said, oh yeah, maybe. What did you have in mind? So I said, really fancy watching Top Gun, because the new one's coming out. You know, we've got to watch it. She's not seen it before. And she's like, no thanks, it's not on my radar.
Okay. Well, I've got an episode of Star Trek Picard thing to watch. I've got 1 or 2 of Outlander, the new series to catch up on.
I've got a whole series of Outlander to catch up on.
What have you?
Yeah. And I've also got a whole series. I've got a whole series of Grace and Frankie to catch up on.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers. I'm still battling my way through the end of Vera. I say battling, it's not hard watching, it's just that I just can't find the time to watch anything at the moment. So, you know, a year ago I'd have had that whole series watched within a week, the whole, like, series 1 to 10, but it's fine. It is what it is. And I'm going to do some more knitting on my Cowlabunga project. Let's see how far we've got in the daylight. So my my Cowlabunga project is my Kogarashi. So I'm hoping we might get to the grey soon, but like I said, I won't hold my breath. I actually feel like doing it twice as high as you've put in the pattern so that I can fold it over.
Yeah, that would be lovely and warm.
Yeah, I think just because I want to see the other colours, that's all. Just selfish reasons. So I think I'll just keep going with that.
And you could, if you just kept going with it, use it as a loop the other way.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll be doing some of that. I have to ring my mum. She's actually just tried ringing a minute ago, so I had to cancel her call, which is shocking on Mother's Day. And I have to ring my mother-in-law, who, bless her, probably hasn't, but I hope she hasn't had any visitors today. I would be very upset to find out that she's had visitors, to be honest.
I can't believe anybody's even considering it. I just can't.
Well, I know.
How much clearer do the governments of the world have to be?
I know.
Stay at home. Otherwise, we're still going to be locked up in January of next year.
We are.
And the longer that you act like idiots and start and mix and do stuff you know you're not supposed to do because the law doesn't apply to you, it just applies to the rest of us, the longer we're all going to have to put up with this.
Exactly.
Not that we're putting up with anything, and we're actually quite enjoying it, but...
Well, you know, we've been in training for this. It's fine. Arthur's happy at the moment.
I put some of that new Aveeno cream on my feet earlier, the menthol stuff.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, Coco's just licked it all off.
Oh, the cocoa, that's really not the best.
I just can't imagine why anybody would want to lick my feet anyway.
Well, dogs have a tendency to do that, don't they? It's a bit weird.
Yeah. I'm assuming the menthol won't do her any harm. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is grapes and raisins and things. They can't.
Yeah, I'm very careful about stuff like that, and I have to. They tell you not to give them onions or garlic or any of those sorts of things. So
I hope they're all right with tomatoes, because I've been giving Arthur tomatoes.
they're okay with tomatoes.
That's good.
But mine don't like them.
Oh.
Unless it's in gravy.
Right, okay.
And the thing that the vet said that I could give them lots of was finely diced carrots. He clearly doesn't know anything about Labradors, because I could mix them in with 2 kilos of spaghetti, sliced sausage, and all sorts of other delights, and they will lick everything, and there will be a neat pile in one corner of the dish of all the carrots.
That is funny.
I just hope that they get the benefit from the gravy, that some of the vitamins have seeped in.
Touched it. I'm just looking at Arthur. I haven't actually tried him. My boxer that I had before, I used to give her full carrots and she used to love chewing on them. I've not tried him. I should give him a try. He likes raw potato.
Yeah, these two like raw potato.
It's weird, isn't it?
They're not so keen on cooked tatties.
Oh no, he likes the cooked ones as well.
Unless I've done the Slimming World, do them where you put Marmite in with them.
Ooh. Really?
Honestly, it just gives them a really beefy taste.
Do you like Marmite?
I am a Marmite lover. Yeah.
See, no. I don't even like the smell or anything. It's horrible.
Yeah, but if I do them like that, they'll eat them. But if it's just plain ones, unless I'm sat there going, eating cold roast potatoes, going, oh, these are so good, these are so brilliant, and these are amazing, then everybody wants them.
Well, yeah, it's psychology, isn't it?
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't
feign an orgasm to,
not with a Labrador
to
and
get
any
them
kind
to
of
eat a bit
stuff.
of potato. It seems a bit extreme to me.
It's a food stuff. I thought Labradors ate anything that wasn't even a food stuff, to be fair.
I thought we'd do a quick daylight shot of how far I've got with me.
Oh, wow. I love those colours. Are you enjoying it?
I am, yeah. And it's just so cushy soft. It's really lovely.
I've seen a couple of projects that people are making for Cowlabunga. I'd like to see a few more whip photos. That would be really good. Even if it's just a cast on, would be nice.
Yeah, I know Denise is doing
she's doing hot cocoa, which is looking good in the blue and the white. Love it.
Yeah. And I think Jolie Kay is going to be doing the Annabella cowl. Jadzia is doing Zigga Zigga. And it's in a colour, it's hand spun.
How exciting.
It's blue-green. It's sort of like peacock feather colours.
Oh, we like peacock feathers.
So there's kind of a lighter aqua-ish bluey green, and then it goes to a more greeny green, and then it goes out to a darker tealy colour. It's just, that's hand spun is going to be fabulous.
It is, yeah.
And with the sort of thick and thin nature of the yarn, it's going to add such amazing texture to that pattern. I think she's really going to do it justice.
I can't wait to see
certainly,
that.
From the photograph of how far she's got at the moment, it's looking fab.
Superb. Was that one on Instagram?
No, it's in the it's in our Ravelry group.
I'll have to. I haven't been on Ravelry yet this morning. How terrible is that?
Are you ill?
I know.
I thought I was the one that wasn't well.
To be fair, I haven't been on Ravelry properly for a few weeks.
Oh, and Sammy Stitches.
I always call her Sammy. Oh no, it's not.
She's doing Behind the Green Dot. She's using Malabrigo Verano in a colour called Sailor Blue. Which is just
aye, Sailor.
Well, yeah. And I kind of feel a Captain Pugwash theme coming on.
Yeah, we won't go there.
No, we're not.
No, don't go there.
No, family audience. We're not.
Yeah, no good anymore, is it? I can't believe they got away with it, to be fair.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Oh, fab. So everyone's got lots of plans. Sunday is for staying at home and knitting anyway.
Yes.
But today we've been given permission. It's fab.
Well, we've been told.
Yeah.
Phil's making zig-a-zig R.
Oh,
She's using
excellent.
some Lang Mila Superwash. It's like a dusty denim-y blue, like a faded denim.
You know, I'm a fan of the blue.
And she's using a cool burgundy in merino for the Riam cowl as well. So I'm
she was talking about that the other night, wasn't she?
Yeah,
didn't it match her wine?
Yes, it did. Yeah, and you could spill it and no one would know. It's
perfect.
That's why I've always got contrast cuffs.
Ah, yeah, nobody knows. I like your style.
Yeah, it's us that do the washing, isn't it?
Well, there is that. Yeah, I'm always telling my kids. Do you know we talked about the floor robe the other day, didn't we? Well, I spend all that time washing stuff and I don't iron. I don't do that. But I fold it up, take it in the room. The next thing you know, it's on the floor robe. And because I complain about it being in the floor robe, it gets put straight back in the wash again.
Yeah, I can never tell if anything's clean or dirty in Jake's room because it's just all strewn.
I sniff. Sniff it? No, it's fine. That can go back.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on getting my nose close to
no, I don't blame
stuff,
you.
particularly at the moment while he's sort of up there sweating.
No, you don't need to be putting yourself in any danger unnecessarily.
Yeah, hazmat suit pretty much all the time I go into Jake's room. It's not. But I bet when he's got his own house, it's immaculate.
Well, what you need to do instead of the hazmat, because that's just a bit, last year, you need to get one of those unicorn suits instead.
Oh, yeah. I sent that to my dad. I thought he was going to bust a gut laughing. He's asking if they do it in triple XL.
I think it's brilliant. I think we should have a group theme of unicorns and we should all embrace the unicorn. Be perfect.
Oh, it'd just be great for nipping out to us. Imagine driving along in it.
Yeah.
The traffic lights.
Somebody stops you. It'll be all right until your car breaks down.
Good afternoon, officer.
Have you been drinking?
Earl Grey hot.
Earl Grey, yeah. Not yet. I haven't been having any of my Prosecco yet, but Oh, bless. It would be good. Do you reckon they'd push you to the front of the queue if you turned up as Asda dressed like that?
Possibly. I did a little bit of messing around yesterday as well. I'm kind of thinking about what we chatted about yesterday over the cardigan.
Oh, yeah.
And the possible design. So I might do some swatching with that today. Sort of figure out roughly what sort of width I want for the button band part.
Yeah.
Well, it won't have buttons, but the band. Will become the collar. I want to play around and swatch several patterns for maybe 6 inches, change a pattern, 6 inches, change a pattern, and just go with, see what I like the drape of.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, it should be fun. So if you've got anything in your head design-wise that...
Well, I've still got to finish my cardigan off, actually. The one that
your steeped cardigan.
Yeah. Depending on if I think the kids are going to join me this afternoon or not. If I think I'm going to have a couple of hours to myself, I might start, because I've got it to the point where I've got the sleeves and, the body separate and I need to join them all together. So if I think I might get a bit of time where I can concentrate, I think I might have a go at that this afternoon.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, depends. But, it's not the sort of thing that I can concentrate on if one of them comes and decides they want to have some interaction.
Yes.
You
can't count and do shaping and stuff and have
not at all.
And
they're at that stage as well where I don't feel I can send them away. When they were little and they always wanted your attention, and you felt like you could say to them, please go for an hour, let me have a bit of peace, and I'll come and find you, or you can come back, or whatever, because they don't interact as much now. If they come to me for something or to talk or to watch something, I just feel I can't say not now, because one day they're not going to be here at all. They're going to be in their own homes with their own families, and I'll be thinking, I wish I'd watched that movie.
Yeah.
So,
well, exactly. I mean, if he wants to show me something on YouTube or watch this or what do you think of that, and sometimes he's puzzling with an element of the news or whatever's going on, and he just wants to discuss it in a calm and rational manner.
Yeah.
And put his views forward, and sometimes he's got a controversial view that he wants to float before he maybe says it to someone else. We did have an interesting conversation, after the dreadful suicide of Caroline Flack.
Yes.
And I have to say, I agree with Jake to an extent, for sure. It was awful the way she was treated by the press, the way she was hounded, and I think even worse is that very same press then profited out of boo-hooing about how awful it was that she'd taken her own life and sold millions of copies of magazines and papers in tribute to someone that they basically hounded to their death.
Yes.
However, as someone who likes to be even-handed on these things and has done a lot of work on domestic violence in the past, if it had been the other way around and her partner had assaulted her and killed himself because of the press furore and the hounding and everything else, would anybody have been as upset, or would they have sat at home and said, well, he deserved it?
That's
and
true.
that was Jake was questioning that logic because he was wanting to know why it was worse because a woman had killed herself. And the reality is, it wasn't worse.
No.
It's awful when anyone takes their life and feels that they've been pushed into a corner and can't see a way out. It's horrible. We shouldn't make more fuss or make one person to be more special than any other. And had it been the other way around, I do feel that as a society, her partner, if he had been the perpetrator, would have been much more vilified, and people would have been almost victorious that he died.
Yeah, I think you're right. There would have been a lot of, well, he only got what he deserved, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I was really glad that Jake felt able to discuss it, and that I wasn't going to leap into the air and go, how dare you say that about a woman?
Yeah.
And the reality is, I've known women who have perpetrated domestic violence on their male partners.
Yeah, yeah. It's not all the men.
Done everything they could to cover it up. I caught one in the act of beating her husband with a poker. And she still tried to say it was him. I watched her do it. Watched her do it.
It beggars belief, doesn't it?
And then when the police arrived and took him away,
right,
she then smashed her hands into a cupboard and claimed that he'd hit her hands with a rolling pin. And again, I'm stood watching her hit the wardrobes. And it was, before the days of mobiles, I'd have filmed her doing it and outed her.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Terrible.
So I think there's so much 24-hour news in the cycle, and please just switch it off at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. By all means, watch the government briefing, because there's important things that we all need to know from that. And if you want to understand the science behind their thinking, then that's a great thing to do for that brief period of time. But try not to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, because it's only about half an hour a day, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no need to have any of that input in your life 24 hours a day and have them directing your thoughts to negativity. Let's lift it up and have a lovely Mother's Day.
And watch us instead.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, it's a gorgeous day. You can still potter in your garden. And even if you've got a tiny garden, you can sit out there.
Yeah.
And if any of us craft, we'll have a blanket or something we've made.
Well, exactly.
Cool. We can snuggle under that, sit in our garden chairs, enjoy the sunshine. And you don't have to sit next to your neighbour to shout hello over the hedge.
I've seen a video this week about some kids playing football over the fence.
Ooh.
So some kids were in one garden and the others were in the other one, and they're just kicking it over the fence to each other, which I think is genius.
I think it's a really good idea. I can't remember who posted it yesterday, of kids playing on their front drive. and they'd marked out play squares that were a certain distance apart and put names on them as to who was playing where, and then had set out various toys for them to play with.
Brilliant.
So that they could all talk to one another at a safe distance. I thought that was exceptionally clever. So,
it's about thinking outside of the box, about being inside of the box.
Yeah. I shared a link on Rav earlier, and in this group, the Scouts have come up with a load of activities called the Great Indoors, which
yes, I did see. I haven't actually properly looked at it, but I did see that you'd posted that. Yeah
and if you've got youngsters around the house, or you've got grandchildren, send the link to your family and let them have a look.
Brilliant.
Loads of amazing ideas.
Well, I did hear that there was a massive queue to get into B&Q yesterday.
Oh, is everybody gardening?
Well, they're either gardening or painting their walls or something.
Oh, I got all of the green sort of wood paint treatment stuff.
Oh, I like that stuff, yeah.
Like a deep forest green, because I've got loads of fence at the back. And it's the palings, the uprights.
Yes.
They're on both sides.
Right,
so
okay.
There's no gaps.
Yeah.
The wind can get through, but you can't see through it. And it always takes probably 10 litres.
Gallons, yeah.
And it was on offer last year, so I've had it in the house squirreled away at £2 for 5 litres.
Brilliant. So
I thought I'm going to get out and Jake and I can paint the fence front and back and get those jobs done, because we don't have to necessarily interact with everybody. And it's the perfect weather for it. It's not particularly frosty at night, and if we get a bit of sun on it in the day, it'd be great.
Yeah, once you get to about 10 o'clock and the initial clouds burnt off or whatever, it's quite nice now. So, yeah. Oh, I can smell my dinner. I'm getting hungry now.
Well, I've got soup. I soaked some, the Scotch broth dried mix, the barley and split peas and all of that good stuff. Soaked that yesterday and then used some, I always want to call it mirepoix, because it's the finely diced celery, carrot and onion that chefs use and sous chefs make it.
Yeah.
But Asda's, being Asda's, and knowing their customer base, just call it vegetable based mix.
Well, yeah. There's no point just going too posh, is there? Because people won't know what it is.
People need to know what it is, and I get that. But I always think of it as mirepoix, because that's what I was told it was when we had our pub years ago. It's just what it was.
It's the beginning of everything.
Yeah, and I use that for lasagnas, bolognese, soups and whatever. It's absolutely brilliant as a base for any savoury dish. It's really good.
Brilliant.
So I've got a lovely broth today.
Excellent. Sounds really nice. Mine will be ready in about 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Just quickly check, see if we've got any more comments or questions. I don't think we've got anybody else anything to say.
I think everyone's busy getting their own lunches.
Oh, absolutely. And just, have a lovely Mother's Day. Be grateful for everything we do have, because we have a lot more than many other people in the world. We are exceptionally lucky to have the ability to stay at home with electricity, gas and TV and internet, and marvellous choices to be able to learn and share and, to do the things that we love while we're in this enforced isolation. So we are
really lucky.
Really lucky, lots to be grateful for.
Definitely. Yes. I'm definitely grateful for my life, for my friends, for my family, and for my roast dinner.
I'm going to ring my lovely mum in a bit.
Yeah, I'll ring my mum after I've had lunch.
I would Zoom her, but she's frightened of the camera, and my dad's recording videos and stuff at home, and she keeps wandering in while he's recording, because he never says, I'm recording for the next hour, don't come in. He just goes off. And she keeps wandering in, going, would you like a tea?
And what's his response? Is it polite?
And he said, I'm recording. just say to him, oh, for goodness sake, Dad, just let it go.
Can he edit it out?
He can. He's got Camtasia Studio. He's got all the kit to be able to edit it out. It's really not a problem. And if he properly scripted what he was doing and thought about it, it'd be just fine. And he could just say to her, don't come in until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock,
Put a
whatever
sign on the door or something.
Yeah, you know, bog off or something like that. And she would.
I'm busy.
But yeah,
love your mum.
3 times she wandered in on him yesterday. So.
Love it.
Imagine he was tearing his hair out. Whereas here, we're like, oh, Jake's just come in, and everybody's, oh, hello, Jake.
Hello, Jake.
Same here with Callum. And that's
brilliant.
Embrace it. We've got kids. They're here. There's always photo bombing.
I was going to say to you, you know, if we wanted to get a video without Arthur, well, actually, to be fair, I think today we've managed it, haven't we?
I think we have. What's going on? Is he not well?
He's laid next to me fast asleep.
Oh, you've worn him out with the running.
Well, I didn't take him with me. Caitlin took him for a walk on the paths.
Oh, Caitlin's worn him out.
Yeah, so he's just snoozing. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's been nice to chat. Nice to catch up with everyone.
Yeah,
I'm going to go and enjoy my roast dinner. It would be nice if everyone lets us know if they got anything for Mother's Day, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Be brilliant. Post in the comments. Let us know what treats you got, or did you get a lovely phone call, or a nice
breakfast
email,
in bed,
or pictures, or a Skype chat, or FaceTime, or any of those things. Did you get to see the grandkids or the kids? Share with us.
Love to hear, definitely.
Okay.
And we'll be back tomorrow at some point. We
will, yeah. Here's me again, fumbling for the entire video, but
I'm sure they move it every time for you.
I think it's just on a different page. Anne's just commented there about lovely. Not sure which bit she said lovely, but thank you, Anne. And have a lovely day. And bye, everybody.
Bye.